GM. So, I just fucking recorded a 20-minute video without hitting record. Excellent. So, guess I'll do this again. What I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted by myself not hitting fucking record on the video was the total market cap, total three, just a bit of an overview of where we're at. And so I'll quickly run back through it again. Try and remember the key points I was talking about. You've got two scenarios here, right? You've got your downside scenarios from where we're at currently. So price is currently here. I see this phase we're in as a recovery phase. I talked about it last week. We're not in crazy bull market, up only. Crypto is back. Crypto is everything, right? Look where we are. We're so far below previous highs that we're in recovery. It's mean reversion, right? Prices have to go back towards the highs before there's even a chance of it maybe being a bull market for alts. And that'll be led by Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, But what I've marked here is the 2021 close, right? So the end of the year, and then the 2022 open, which is the red line horizontal. So this is when we went into our bear phase, right? After this point, it was just all down only and dead and shit. Before that, it was all up only and nice and bullish. And so we've had our up only nice bullish phase. We've had our down dead shitty phase. We're in our recovery phase. Just like every cycle, every market, it doesn't go from big crazy bull into big crazy bear into big crazy bull, right? It can go from bull to bear like this because that's the nature of a euphoric blow off top, is that it's not going to spend much time consolidating at the high. It's going to trend down. But when you get to the lows, you don't just bounce straight back and go rocket to all-time highs. We had our brutal phase, right? And then we had our bottoming phase, and now we have our recovery phase. So for me, 2024 is recovery phase, and keep it really simple. These are the 2021 lows, right? It's not the actual low of 2021 that was down here, but the mid-cycle lows, which was the bottom of the market after the crash in May, June, that was our lows. We broke those in 2022, and then we've reclaimed them now. So you've then also got your 2018 peak, which is the old all-time high of the total cap, back there about 350. So you have 350 and 412, 356, 412 billion as the levels to watch. And then just to get back to the 2022 open. Why 2022 open? Because that's when it was a full bear market year. Not even talking about the bull, just the bear market. Just the crash, the sell-off, the Celsius collapse, BlockFi, Genesis, 3 Hours Capital, Luna collapse, FTX collapse. Just the whole fucking house of cards falling apart. All driven by centralized entities. Nothing happened to the blockchain. The blockchain kept producing blocks. Bitcoin works, Ethereum works, Solana works, right? And so centralized bad actors have been flushed out yet again, like they do, which is healthy. And we're in a recovery phase. So if we flush down to the 2021 lows, which is like a really solid SR, support, resistance, we broke above it. That's 15% downside. To get to the 2022 open, that's an 80% upside. So that's a 5R, okay? That's 5-1 skewed in your favor positively. And then even if we have what I would consider to be a real significant crash here, and a significant correction, let's call it, would be 25%, all the way back to the 2018 peak, right? Which is kind of where we started this rally from. But even that one, 25 over 80, again, same thing. That's 3.5 to 1. So this is obviously the total cap. This is not your individual alt. You will take your trades on individual altcoins. But the odds are skewed in your favor here because even though we've had a move up, it's the beginning of the recovery phase. And this doesn't talk about anything to do with what happens. Do we go to all-time highs? This is just strictly looking here till the end of 2024, right? Which I think we make our way up. We don't make new highs. I think we make our way up to that level this year. And so when you frame it like that, and for me, the only thing you want to do is have spot allocation. If you're like me, that you think we have a bit more downside to come on some alts, then your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever your majors, stay in those. at some point, at least for me, the whole point is that when you get up into this phase here, you want to have your allocation already filled. Meaning, if you're watching this now in January, you do not want to be there next January, 12 months from now, and not have all your spot bags filled. Right? You can't go 12 months from now and still have cash on the sideline if you think all this happens and that's your plan, right? So there's two plans you need to make, which is what do I do with my current cash that I have now, and what do I do with my money that I bring in every day, every week, every month from my job, from my business. So they're two separate plans. I would say, encourage people to think about this and think about the recovery phase is an accumulation phase of spot. Outside of that, with trading and swing trades and trying to catch narratives and stuff, that's separate. But don't forget the bigger picture, which is if you remember my 2024 plan, bags need to be packed before we get close to all-time high. We're in the market. We're here when it's at 484 billion. If you have cash now, let's say you have 10 grand now, cash, and not accounting for any new money you get. You have 10 grand cash now. Fast forward to December, and we're double. We're at 820, 850 billion. And you still have that 10 grand of cash. You've done something incredibly wrong. And the only way you can do that is by overthinking it. Oh, I'll buy lower, I'll buy lower, I'll buy lower. No, isn't the goal to get in? Yes. Okay, cool. Don't buy the top of whatever pump it is. Stuff is now off the highs. Cool. If you don't buy the top of the recent pump and you buy and hold with patience and we go to 850, you've done the right thing. Trading is then on top of that. That's where you focus on your entries, your exits, your strategy. But this next few weeks, altcoin research, get the bags packed, and be ready to go.